Welcome to PSGL Season 25 FP, the finale round at Brazil. I'm your commentator Iron Leon, or some people may know me as Jared Fosbury. I am joined by my co-commentator, Felix.
Hello and welcome everybody.
Unfortunately we couldn't be here last week because of PlayStation servers being PlayStation servers, but it's good to see that we are here for the finale for Championship deciding against Lickle and Bugatti. My favourite to win it, I think, is going to be Bugatti today. I think he's done enough to win the title. What do you think? Your odds with Lickle and Bugatti there, Felix?
Yeah, I mean Bugatti's got the lead. He's in the lead by 6 points as far as I'm concerned, and also Lickle's got the Williams for today. Bugatti's got the Toro, so I think yeah, Bugatti has got the best chances. He can only bottle at this point, so yeah, even if he lags out, Lickle still needs to either finish 5th and get the fastest lap or finish 4th. So it's not an easy task for Lickle.
That is true, of course, and while we wait for February to start rating up, we've noticed that Big C's here in the Renault today. See how he can do, as I believe he was actually racing last week in the Alpha, so see how he can do today in a bit of a quicker car. Maybe the engine's not the quickest, but it's quicker. Just make sure the stream is good. Yep, stream is good. Well then, Felix, what are you expecting the weather to be like?
I mean, it's Brazil. It can always be a bit tricky around here. I mean, we saw many times in real life rain making a race very unpredictable, unforgettable, of course, the 2008 Brazilian Grand Prix where Lewis Hamilton made that last corner overtake on Timo Glock to win the championship in the end. And it's going to be really difficult. Maybe we'll even see something similar today in some tricky conditions, but let's wait and see.
Yep, so while we wait and see then, we will go into quali.
I can actually say that Big C actually got a podium. He got 3rd last week, so I expect him to do well again today. I mean, he's got good pace, he's got a good car, so
yeah,
should have good chances for a good result.
Well, definitely, he's in a higher performance car, so I think he should. And Lickle needs to outscore Bugatti by 7 points, and Bugatti has to either DNF or not score any points for that to happen if Lickle wants to get 6 points with the fastest lap. So Lickle has a big job to do in second.
But everything is possible. We know how Formula 1 is like, and especially around Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil, you know me, in race champions, people may have saw me in the last race champions, me just messing it up in the final corner, just touching the curb and just spinning it like 3 times. So yeah, traumatic memories, to be honest. But as we can already hear, the F1 cars starting their engines ready for this qualifying session. But I have to say though, Felix, it is cloudy right now.
It is very overcast, and we see one of the first drivers to come out is a Mercedes, and he is out on the stuffed compound.
It's a Williams.
It's a Williams, I'm sorry. Is that Green or is that Lickle?
No, that's Lickle.
It's Lickle. It's Lickle first out on track, and he's on softs. So yeah, maybe you are right that there might be some tricky conditions coming up. I mean, many drivers are leaving the pits right now, and there are not many on different compounds than the softs right now. So yeah, weather conditions could play into this qualifying session here.
Well, you are correct there. Of course, we have 3 medium runners and 3 hard runners. People like chose tyres, but I think it's soft. You could do soft to hard strategy if you're very good with your tyres. I think you can also do a soft, medium, medium. I remember on last game, like 2018, you could do soft, medium, I think, or soft to hard it was, and then soft, medium, medium. So you never know. People could be doing the 2-stop today. As right now then, we will go on board with Lickle, who's about to begin his flying lap then. And here he goes then, he starts his lap. Now as we're going on board, see how he takes turn 1, runs a bit wide. to get a nice entry into turn 1 there. Gotta basically straight line turn 2 and 3 to get most time in the car. Nice tide there through Lickle. He's getting a little bit of slipstream from the car ahead, and that is a Renault. CC Brain there, moves out of the way for Lickle. So now he goes into turn 4. Nice and tidy exit. As we also saw in 2009, the famous crash right here with Suttil and Jarno Trulli. That's with the fast right-hander. Let's see how he can take it. Goes to 4th gear, quite surprising. Maybe the downforce on the Williams isn't the best right now. Maybe he has to go 4th to make that corner. But he's backed off there, so he's made a mistake and he isn't happy with that lap. And I believe that's Ash. No, it's not. That is actually
it's Bugatti. Yeah, he caught up massively. I was on board with him. He caught up massively to Lico, so maybe he saw that even and yeah, realised that Bugatti's lap is already way quicker. But the sun is coming out at the moment, so the session might be staying dry for the moment. It might get a bit cloudier towards the end of the session again, but right now it seems like the rain is not close.
Oh, as you were saying that, Bugatti does do the fastest lap currently, 1:09.2. Oh, Callum Anderson beats that straight away, 9 flat in the Red Bull. Greeny takes 3rd, and Lickle's done a bank of a 1:16. Nano Bacon in 4th, Pit Matt with a 1:91 then. So times are coming quick and fast, as here comes Ash Best now. What time will he do to the line? Goes 4th, 9:4 there in the Toro Rosso. Is anyone else on a lap? Oh, there was the McLaren.
Lickle started a new lap.
Is that Mr. Tuesday Night? It is Mr. Tuesday Night then. Coming up to line in the Racing Point. As I was calling him Joe, he's actually called Mr. Tuesday Night. So here comes Mr. Tuesday Night then to the line. What time will it be? Will it be pole position? Comes to the line 9th. We're in mediums 12.6. And then I believe that was an Alpha. That was Cherry. 1:93 there. As one of the Red Bulls of Boomer, who's on an outlap right now.
Lickle on his final run up to the line. That looked like a solid lap from him. Should be a solid banker, but we'll have to remember that's a Williams. But he backs out.
Nah, he invalidated it.
Ah, yeah, I don't know what's going on with my game, but my track map is kind of glitched. It already was like that.
Switch the track map off and on, and it should fix it.
Ah, yeah, now it does. Okay, thank you.
Well, we'll go on board if you want to go on Boomer's lap there, Felix, in the Red Bull.
Yes, as I'll try to find him. There we have him. Yes, he's on the hard compound, and he's gone miles off the track there. A little bit too wide, definitely. That won't have gained him time, but yeah, it is definitely difficult with the hard compound. It doesn't provide that much grip, especially in quali, but he goes down to 2nd. That looked like a pretty tidy run through here. Flat out through that left-hander. You're not allowed to track extend here to get a better run. Slightly misses the apex, also slightly misses the curb on the right-hand side on the exit. Maybe that's a bit better for him due to the fact that he has better traction out of that corner. Then he comes up to the line, runs out of ERS for good measure, and it's P10 for the moment on the hard compound, ahead of Nano Bacon, who is on the mediums, and Mr. Grumpy on the same compound of tyres as Boomer is 2 tenths behind.
Right now then, we're on board with From right now in the McLaren, currently purple in sector 2, so the McLaren looks pretty quick round Brazil. Oh, Big C's there, giving him a little bit of slipstream there, a little late slipstream, only a tiny bit, probably getting him a 10th at least. And here comes From, because I think Big C's run out of fuel actually, to be honest. And yep, to the line, 8th, does a 1:96 there, so 6/10 off pole position right now. And has to settle with that as a Mercedes. I believe that is Sutty, who's actually coming into the pits. Is anyone on a lap? What, Mr. Tuesday Night? No, he's not.
Sutty came into the pits even though he was on an out lap.
Yeah, that is quite odd. Is anyone on an official lap? Lickle's on an out lap. Greeny's also on an out lap, I believe.
Yeah, I think all the people who are out at the moment are on an out lap.
He's on out laps or in laps right now, so I believe the Red Bull of Callum Anderson's just crossed the line, or was that? No, it wasn't. That was... Okay, well, we'll go on board with Mr. Grumpy then, who's about to start his lap, as we see another Ferrari leaving the pits. As he goes to Mr. Grumpy then, through turn 1. Not as tight as everybody else taking it. It's going to unsettle him through turn 2 and 3. As Cherry Pie is leaving the pits then. hopefully doesn't affect Mr. Gumpy's lap. We've got a nice rear shot there of the Ferrari. I wonder, Felix, if we're going to have a Ferrari 2019 Brazil.
I hope not. Right now they're a bit further down the field, but one driver has not set a single lap, the other one has only set one on the hard compound, so it's pretty obvious that they are not going to be right up there at the moment. But we had yellows in sector, at the start of sector 2, I think.
And that's one of the Ferraris. Dino, I think, letting people through. There's a Haas also gone off, it looks like, as well.
Oh, yeah.
As we'll see how much time Mr. Gumpy has gained then through the second sector. I was going to say the second split, but I've been playing too much Dirt Rally. And that is 2/10 up on his time, and he's passed the corner where I lost it loads of time. So he is 2/10 up, so that's going to be a 10-2 right now. There's only possibly going to be one position unless he finds 4/10, but he peels into the pits.
Ash currently on a lap, on another one, on the soft compound.
Yep.
That looks like a flying lap from him. He goes down to third to get the better entry, to really clip the apex, gets the shortest run possible up to the uphill double right-hander around here, which is really tricky to nail, especially if you don't have much downforce on your car, but he does in the Toro Rosso, which is really fine. Then down to first actually for him, then up to third, a quick shift, then he revs the engine as much as he can, down to first again up to second really quickly, then full throttle through that left-hander of turn 12, then down into the last braking zone of this lap, down to third, slightly clips the curb on the outside. That was a nice run from him, and it's now flat out till the start-finish line, and let's see what he will do. He doesn't run out of ERS just yet. Now he does, but it's a slight improvement, but it's not enough to move him up a position.
Yeah, that is true, of course, and right now there is an Alpha coming up to the line, and that is, oh, actually Chelsea Pie is actually invalidated. So is that Lickle behind on a lap? Yes, it is. Lickle's about to finish the lap. We're going to get a little bit of slipstream possibly from Cherry 2 Pie just near the end of the lap, and it's 9-3, moves into 8th. It's not what he needs right now, especially for the championship's sake, as we'll go on board with Greeny in the other Williams car. Apparently three and a bit tenths up.
Went third fastest in the Haas. Really good job from him.
That is a very good job from him as well, as right now it looks like that is Bugatti coming up to the line on a flyer right now. I didn't see his delta when it said he was up on. Actually, he wasn't actually on a good lap. He was 1.8 down, but I think he's actually on that right now, Felix, if you want to go on board with his lap.
Yes, of course, another really nice and tidy run. Again, the shortest line up to turn 4, that should be, I should say. The left-hander, really tricky to actually get the traction down out of here as well, early enough to get a really good run. Again, a really short run. Doesn't take the shortest run possible as Ash did before, but again through the really tricky double right-hander. Don't invalidate here because it's really easy to do so if you just go that tiny bit wide. He stays in second, it looks like, not like his teammate did. Now down to second or even first for him. Yes, it is first year for him, as was it with his teammate. Now into the last braking zone of this track, also he takes it in third, slightly clips the outside curb, gets a really nice run out of the final corner. Doesn't have that much ERS left, I think from 20% and less. The ERS doesn't have as much of an impact, I think, but he still improves by 2/10 and goes third fastest for the moment, only 0.02 of a second behind Big C in the Renault.
Yeah, well, that's good to see Big C in second place, Callum Anderson first and Bugatti in third, but this is what Bugatti needs, especially for the championship's sake, of course. You know, he only needs to score a few points to knock Lickle out of the chance, basically, to not be crowned champion, and Bugatti is doing a great job right now in third place. As we'll go on board with From right now then, let's see how he takes turn 1 and 2, rides the curb a little bit, smashes the curb through turn 2 and 3. Nice tidy exit. Bit long on the revs, however, which could possibly cost him a little bit of time. However, through turn 4 and 5.
Cherry goes second fastest.
Wow, 9 flat. It's really close then for. Actually, it's close from second, third, and fourth. As Bugatti is only 0.02 off Big C. Actually, I only just noticed that.
Yeah, that is really, really close. So that could be an interesting battle for P2.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's what Bugatti doesn't really want. I mean, he just wants to finish inside the points to make it pretty much impossible for Lico to overtake him in the championship.
Yeah, that is true, of course. However, up from is coming up to the final flat out section where he just needs to keep the foot on the throttle all the way to the line in the McLaren. And there's a 193 there, goes 10th fastest right now. I think he should be happy with that at least. As AMS, who actually won a race in F4 recently, as he used to be in F3, but dropped to F4 and he actually won, which is good to hear. As right now he's in 18th with a 10.2 on soft tyres right now, as we will go on board with him through the fast right-hander.
Another happy man at the moment should be Callum Anderson, of course. He is in the lead on provisional pole, around 2 tenths in front of Cherry Tupai, who is in the Alfa Romeo. And gotta say, Callum Anderson performed really well at some races. Got 2 podiums so far in this season, I think, even though he had a DNF last time out in Italy, I heard. He seems to be right up there on the pace again in his Red Bull. And even though he couldn't improve on his previous lap, he is doing a really good job at the moment, and I think he has got, yeah, he definitely has got enough time to go back into the pits and set another lap.
As here comes AMS then, goes 7th with a 9.1, and I have to agree with you there, Felix, with Callum Anderson there. He has had, I believe, 2 wins, and I think both of them have been in the Ferrari, and today's in the Red Bull today, so a bit less power, but more downforce and a better chassis, so he'll be better in the technical sections instead of the long straights. But at the moment he is showing that he's got the pace in that Red Bull, and he's currently in first right now.
Yeah, and also Lickle's teammate Greeny is currently on a flying lap. He goes about half a tenth quicker than on his previous best lap. Slightly loses the back end out of turn 4, the double left-hander, then up the hill through here. Let's see if he goes wide. No, he doesn't. A really nice run through there. Yet again, clips the apex quite nicely. Then this part is really tricky as well, to not lose all of your momentum and just keep the flow up to then have a good run into here. He clips the apex yet again really nicely, then flat out. Could be even difficult in the Williams, to be fair. I mean, the Williams really hasn't got much downforce. We can see he already shifts down to second in the last braking zone. You usually can take it in third in most of the cars, but it seems like with the Williams it's pretty tricky. Let's see if he can improve on his lap, and if so, by how much? By about 1/10. Only goes 12th fastest for the moment though.
That is true though, and he's actually stopped on track there, I think, actually to let the Alpha through. I don't know why he's stationary on track. Maybe... yeah, I think he's definitely went for everyone to go past then, so he just doesn't affect their laps. Or give him slipstream, actually could be a factor as well. As Boomer then is coming to the line. He's apparently almost 5 tenths up on his time. What time does he set? 5 and a bit tenths, almost 6 tenths up, does 9.4, goes 13th. This grid is very close from second, sorry, not even second anymore, from third all the way to 18th right now.
Oh, I don't know if you've mentioned it, but I think we missed that Big C got a quicker lap in. There's only 5 thousandths of Callum Anderson's time, and it's currently in P2.
Yeah, we did miss that right now, as CC Brain in the other Renault is on a lap right now. And he went in the ERS Mode 3 there in turn 1 and 2. Do you think that's the smart decision to go when you can roughly go hot lap in the first sector and overtake, and then the second sector go a little bit high, and then third sector go overtake? Do you think that's a very sensible option to go high in turn 1 and 2 straight away with CC Brain? As he's actually gone off the pace actually as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it is a bit easier on the traction, and also you save enough ERS to actually go and overtake on some strays around here, which could prove very helpful, especially if you're in a car with not the best of power unit in the back, like the Renault has. I mean, the Renault is not the quickest car on the straights, let's be honest here, and I think that's not that's a really smart decision actually. So if you manage it quite well around here, you can gain a lot of time.
That is true, of course, and right now on board with the championship pointless leaders. Boomer's also called it a day. That's the best he can do with a 9.4, so he may know something in the weather what we don't know. There's only 2 people who've actually qualified on the mediums at the moment, I believe. And yes, oh no, sorry, 3 people at the moment. But right now, Bugatti is looking for a quicker lap, possibly to go 3rd place.
Oh yes, he's wanted that. That could bring him up to 4th at the moment.
He's finding a little bit more time if he wants to try and beat Callum and Big C. And actually, Pitmat actually got pole at the moment, 183. Didn't even realise that.
Here comes Bugatti though. Where will he go?
4th.
He goes 4th fastest.
Oh, very close.
Yeah, I mean this grid is so close at the moment.
What about his
it's
championship
great
points
to
rival?
see.
Lickle's only 15 hundredths on his time. He's going to get a bit of slip shame from Greeny. Teamwork at its best from Greeny and Lickle. To the line. Lickle doesn't improve. 2 and a bit tenths down. So that is his lap over then, as I believe.
Yeah, he's got a free tyre choice though, remember.
Oh yeah, that is true, because that could be crucial in the race.
Ash Best is on a flying lap. He just started one.
So if you want to go over Ash right now.
Teammate. It could be interesting to see if we could see some team tactics here today. Pretty sure we will actually. Well, I mean, there's no reason for the others not to do it because they're not in the championship fight. Bugatti and Lickle are the only ones who can actually still win it. So it could be a bit of team tactics in the race that maybe Ash tries to hold up Lickle a little bit, or Greeny compromises his strategy to hold up Bugatti after his first pit stop or something.
Well, it could be that, but just to some confirmation, Bugatti is actually not teammates with Ash. He's his own team.
Okay.
As his team's called Python in the Toy Box. Since they don't actually have teammates, to be honest.
But I can confirm, Ash is up by 4 tenths. This could be a really good lap. He could be a challenger for pole at the moment. Where will he go? He isn't quite on pole, but look at that. He's not even 1 tenth behind, and it's only 6th. This is so close. Up within the top 6 here. I mean, this is incredible. Not even 1 tenth, and he only goes 6th.
Callum Anderson takes pole with a 186. So Callum Anderson picks up the pace even more and just showing to the others, if you want to try and steal this pole, you're going to have to be a lot quicker than that. Wow, Callum. Just
right at the death he got it. But Jared, I think we are up for a really, really good race. We are in for a treat here. I mean, look at this. This is really close, even though Callum now went 2 tenths quicker in the end. But just look at the gap between P2 and P6. This is so close.
Yeah, that is true, of course, with Callum Anderson then does take pole with a 186, Pitmat in 2nd, Chasey Pie in 3rd, so both Alfa Romeos in the podium spot. Big C in 4th in the Renault, Bugatti 5th, Ash 6th, Mr. Grumpy in 7th, AMS in 8th, CC Brain in 9th, Mr. Tuesday Night in 10th, Callboy in 11th, Sooty 12th, Lickle, not where he may want to be, is in 13th, especially with the championship at stake. From in 14th, Greeny 15th, Boomer 16th, Dino 17th, Nano Bacon 18th, El Toko 19th, and Juhofin 20th.
Oh, you went through that pretty quickly. You made it through.
I had to quickly speed up.
But yeah, that Callum Anderson at the end, he just showed that, like, it seemed like he just wanted to create some entertainment. Oh, Jared, we have a very overcast session right now. Will we see some rain? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, I hope there's a little bit of rain, spice up the championship a little bit more. Probably cars going off, like an Alonso moment and another car, but I can't remember what car it was. I think it was... I don't know, was it 2009? Yeah, it was, where Sottil Trulli crashed and then their car hit Alonso, I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully we won't see that much controversy. But I really hope that some surprising things happen which could spice things up. Even a safety car could turn the whole race on its head. I mean, just imagine Lickle being a bit further down. Just imagine the safety car coming out right after the leaders pass the pit lane, and then Lickle still has the chance to go on the pit lane, and he just suddenly could take the lead.
But yeah, that is true, of course. That could happen with the safety car. You know, the safety car it is in effect, and could happen in the race, and it could aid Lickle, but it could also affect him with the tyre strategy he is with. And what tyres has he gone on? He's gone on mediums. So, if I'm correct, I don't think you can do a one-stop, can you? Soft medium. It's a two-stop strat, isn't it, around here?
It will be difficult, but I think he's going for the safe strategy because the soft tyres will be pretty poor in terms of grip towards the end of your stint when you're doing soft hards. so he might want to go for the safe strategy, go for a lot more grip, and maybe he can make the overcut work on some drivers.
Yep, that is true, of course. And right now, Callum Hansen has got the best seat in the house in first place. Needs to get a good start to keep that first place, of course, because Pitmat and Charity Pie will be waiting in the wings with Big C in fourth.
Just look at that, a Red Bull on pole in Brazil, a Red Bull leading in Brazil. That's what we saw 2 years in a row now in real life. We remember 2018 when there's been a very controversial crash between Esteban Ocon and Max Verstappen, who eventually gifted Hamilton the win. Hopefully something less controversial happens today, but we will have to wait and see. A lap car definitely can't get in the way because of ghosting, but there are multiple things that can happen, so yeah, hopefully the drivers keep it clean.
Yeah, that is true. Multiple things can happen. There could be a massive pile-up into turn one. Someone could just lose a wheel randomly as one of the McLarens have actually gone off the track, it looks like. I think that's wrong.
Just a quick question, is on your screen a Racing Point dead last right now as well, or is that just on my screen that he's El Truco?
El Truco's with the others. That might be a glitch for you.
Okay, yeah, then it's a glitch for me.
Great game.
Yeah, I already had that in Silverstone when I commentated with you, but yeah, good job. Thanks,
soft easily. Softs can do 16 laps. Oh, apparently, so it is a one-stop strategy, mediums to soft. It's just been a while since I raced in Brazil. Okay then.
I will keep an eye at the back of the grid, as always.
Alright then, as we'll wait for the Merc and the Racing Point to come to the line then.
I'm very sorry.
That's right then, man. It's now the light sequence will be starting very shortly, as we've got a nice camera angle actually. Bit of an incline, where we can see a little bit of the Alfa Romeo, a little bit of the Red Bull. Light sequence has started now with 2 lights, 3 lights, now 4 lights, now 5 red lights in the Brazilian Grand Prix, and they go off. And it looks like Callum Hansen's had a good start, so is both Alfa Romeos, and so is Toro Rosso Bugatti, as they're trying to fight all the way through the field already. As there's no contact I can see from behind, as Big C's lost position to Bugatti already, and Bugatti's already into 4th.
Oh, Lico had a very problematic start. He bogged down a little bit at the start. Reminded me of Sebastian Vettel in 2012, and there were some parts flying in the midfield, so there might be some front wing damage in play, but Lico,
more wing damage.
He's still in 12. And there's a Ferrari spun, that's Dino's round.
Oh no, that's not good for Dino.
He keeps it out the wall though. Lico moves up a position. Ash Best is dropping down. He has got front wing damage. CC Bright also loses a spot. There's been more contact.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mr. Tuesday Night there, just unfortunately had a bit of contact with AMS. Those two tangled together.
also got front wing damage. Lico was picking up places left, right and centre, even though it looked like his start wasn't the best, and he's already up to 9th.
That's what he needs right now. All he needs now is Bugatti to DNF or not score that many points. He needs to outscore Bugatti by 7 points to win the championship. Right now he's in P9. Bugatti's in 4th. Oh, and there's a Red Bull round.
Yeah,
that's Boomer.
That's Boomer.
Boomer is round, and he just looked like he touched the curb there. I didn't get the best on board at the moment, as now we'll go on board with the championship points leader, possibly challenging for 3rd place where the Alfa Romeos are, and this is not what Lickle needs. Lickle is in where's he at? He's in 9th right now, and here comes Bugatti then, ready to challenge Cherry 2 Pie. Could there be contact between these two? Hopefully not. Let's see who's going to keep it at the moment. It looks like Cherry 2 Pie has got the stronger engine and going to keep the position at the moment. What about Lickle though? Lickle is behind AMS, who I believe got a little bit of damage with Mr. Tuesday Night as well.
Yeah, Mr. Tuesday Night has got some damage. I think Lickle's front wing is fine though. It looks like he's still got both end plates at least, but Mr. Tuesday Night definitely is losing a lot of time and is holding those guys behind him up. Greeny just got past Sutty, who also has got front wing damage. Greeny as well, with some damage to his right end plate. That's completely gone actually. But Lickle still has the chance to gain 2 spots here if AMS and Mr. Tuesday Night make a bit of contact.
Well, it's a nice little scrap there for P7 right now, as it also could decide the championship. As it looks like Mr. Tuesday Night didn't get a good exit. However, AMS had a great exit at that final chicane. Oh, look at Lickle. Lickle's being almost contact between Lickle and AMS there. Mr. Tuesday Night does go into the pits. Lickle's trying to go on the inside, weaving behind, trying to find a hole to get through.
It's 3 wide.
Round the outside he goes into turn 2. And right now AMS has got the inside line into turn 3 and keeps the position right now, and that's unsettled Lickle's car a little bit, but Lickle's got the straight line speed, as now we're going to go almost 3 wide possibly between the Renault, McLaren and Williams into turn 4. and it goes back to 2 wide with AMS and Lickle in turn 4 as Lickle takes the inside. A bit of rubbing tyres. Is there going to be any more contact between these two? No, they keep it clean. Still side by side, the contact further behind. That's a McLaren off. That's From. Drop down the field.
Yeah, this is really great racing between the two of them. A lot of respect. Everyone gives each other room. And this must be nerve-wracking for Lickle. I mean, every single piece of contact could ruin his whole championship. As he loses the rear end, nearly spins the car round. But now this fight is done, it looks like. But he might have a chance on the straight again because of his engine. But there's a massive gap already between Mr. Grumpy and AMS. I mean, already 4.4 seconds. That won't be helpful for Lickle.
Well, yeah, that is true, of course. They've managed to pull away and just basically pulling each other along. But AMS is not pulling a massive train along, but he's not pulling himself along to try and catch up Mr. Grumpy. Mr. Grumpy sets a new fast start, 12 flat right now. Lickle is going on the inside.
For a move.
He's
contact and Lickle spins round.
That is game over for Lickle then. He has a lot of work to do. He has to be careful on the re-entry, and he's in 15th. Was there carbon fibre on his front wing?
No, I don't think there was. I think he still got his whole front wing. There were some carbon fibre bits flying a bit further up ahead.
It might have been contact between AMS and he got a bit of wing damage, but AMS is fine, it looks like. But that isn't good for Lickle, and this is great news for Bugatti in 4th. This is what he needs right now.
Yeah, he's just controlling it right now. I mean, he's within 3/10 of Cherry 2 Pi. I think he just keeps it clean, is careful, and that's all he needs to do. Just stay in a points playing position, and he basically makes it impossible for Lickle at the moment to still win the championship here.
That is true, of course. I'm on board with Sutty right now on the soft tyres. Got a bit of wing damage to the Merc right now on the front wing, as Juho's not that far behind. So Juho's doing quite well in 13th. Last time I raced Juho was in F5. There's actually a battle further behind. Lickle and Nano Baker going side by side through the final corner. Oh, Lickle doesn't get the greatest exit. Nano's still there as Mr. Grumpy sets a new fastest lap. We don't get the best camera angle as they're going side by side, and there's a Red Bull Boomer not that far behind, as we could possibly see another 3 wide moment there, Felix.
Oh, that is really close. Lickle tries it again. Same move down the inside. Again, contact is made. This time he keeps the car on track, doesn't spin round, and he gets the place from Nano Baker. Can he defend though on the run down to turn 4? Lickle is really playing with fire right now, really at high risk of spinning out once again, but then Boomer tries to make a move on Nano Bacon round the outside. No, he backs out. He thinks better of it, and Lickle gets the place in front of Nano Bacon. And you quickly have to inform me where El Truco is, because like I said,
El Truco is actually last. El Truco is 20th.
Okay.
Actually. So, don't worry. As Alfie then is slowly catching up then, the championship points leader is catching up with Cherry 2 Pi. Maybe Cherry 2 Pi's tough tyres are starting to fail. The Toro Rosso can be a bit lenient on its tyres compared to a few other cars, as I've noticed the Red Bull and the Toro Rosso tyre wear is not that big of an issue. But there's also a scrap for first as well.
I think if the guys on softs pit now,
here comes Pit
in the next few laps, I think that Greeny could play some team tactics. I mean, he's already given Lickle some slipstream in qualifying, so he might want to stay out, hold the others up, give Lickle the chance to catch up again, and then maybe, just maybe, Lickle gets a shot at the championship once again.
Bit of contact there between the Alphas. Cherry 2 Pi and Pitmac there almost could have gone into the wall and could have actually affected Bugatti a little bit there, as Pitmac was getting really close to Callum Anderson there, Felix, as it looks like Callum Anderson's now starting to feel the pressure a little bit in that Red Bull. He hasn't got that much ERS to play with compared to Pitmac and Cherry 2 Pi right now.
Yeah, a huge train till 6th basically, but Big C has dropped off a little bit. I don't know what's going on, maybe his tyres are a bit overheated or something, but he's a bit further behind than all the other drivers. But we can see, I think Bugatti has got a lot more pace than these 3 guys in front of him, but his Honda engine doesn't really help on the straights against the Ferrari powered Alphas in front.
Well, yeah, that is true, of course, and nobody's pitting yet. It's not, it isn't a scheduled pit stop, as Tom did say. The softs can do 16 laps. Excuse me. But right now, I was trying to yawn then for some reason.
I'm really feared that the Alphas will crash, because it looked very aggressive between the two of them. Lickle in the meantime is up to 13 due to
those Cowboys got in the pits. Yeah, that's a very unscheduled pit stop, and Lickle's actually getting caught a little bit by Boomer a little bit now, so we'll keep an eye on that battle as well. Boomer's only a couple of tenths, but Lickle is fighting the Mercedes up front, so Right now, though, we'll go back on board with Cherry Pie and Big Atty, as it looks like he wants more than win the championship. He wants a podium on top of that, and possibly a win, which could happen. As I may need to switch to Boomer very shortly, because this battle behind is actually getting quite close.
Yeah, that looks like at the back there's also a big train, but like I said, we still have that train for the first 6 positions actually, all within 1 second.
Callum's now starting to pick up the pace a little bit though. He's now pulled up to a gap of 6/10, but that gap instantly gets closed down as Big C's actually picked up the pace as well. So Big C's now trying to fight Big Addy, possibly for 4th place. He sets a new fastest lap, 11.9 right now. And Dino did set a... where's Dino? He did a 12 flat, so Big C right now is 10th quicker than a Ferrari engine, and Big C is looking a bit tasty on Big Addy possibly, if he gets a little bit closer.
Yeah, there are a lot of close battles at the moment on track, but no overtakes made so far. Lickler's really close to Sutty. He might go for an overtake on the straight, on the second DRS straight actually. Both in in Mercedes powered cars, sorry. Lickle gets the move done, easy move for him, and he's up into P12.
Boomer behind's also thinking about it. That's a very optimistic move. He almost did a Trulli and Sutil there. Lickle gets the move then, as you said, into 12. But that was very optimistic there from Boomer.
Yeah, I think what really ruined his race so far, Lickle's race, I mean, is the spin that was maybe a bit over aggressive. He maybe should have thought about the whole championship, but let's be honest as well, let's be fair to him. He has to go for it this race to actually still have a chance. He has to have a bit of luck, and he has to be aggressive.
Yeah, that is true, of course, and that pressure for the championship fight maybe getting to him a little bit.
And AMS is in the pits. AMS is in the pits. I don't know if that's a scheduled pit stop.
Could be trying a 2-stop strategy. Soft, medium, possibly could be a strat as well.
Oh, by the way, Juho has had a great start to this race. First 9 laps, he gained 10 positions, and Dino, he changes front wing, AMS does. So he switches onto a 2-stop. And also Dino has also gained 9 spots, really impressive stuff. While Ash Best has lost 10 spots, and Lickle gets past Juho, so Juho has only gained 9 spots now. As Lickle moves up into the points paying positions for the moment, and now has his teammate Greeny in front.
Yep, that is true, of course. There's battles all over the place. We will switch off this battle possibly if nothing gets any closer. We'll watch actually the battle with Boomer or Lickle possibly. But right now, as actually Pitman made a mistake at the exit of that final corner, lost a little bit of time to Callum, but he gains it again straight away on DRS.
Bugatti's losing so much on the straight to Cherry. He just can't get closer, even with DRS and Slipstream, because the Alpha's got it as well. He's always around 2 or 3 tenths behind Cherry, but he just can't get past on that straight. That Alpha and that Ferrari power especially is just too strong on that main straight.
Yeah, that is true, of course. The guy could potentially do an undercut strategy to get ahead of these guys, but he also has to watch out. One Alpha Male could also pit on the same lap as him, as Boomer does eventually get past Sutty as well, as I've just noticed. And Juho's not leaving Lickle alone that much actually. He's not that far off, so could we see Juho slowly catch up with Lickle? I don't think straight's actually long enough. Possibly go for a dive. But nope, he stays behind at the moment as we get a nice nose angle on the Toro Rosso.
Nano Bacon got past Sutty. Oh, Sutty has lost quite a lot of time after that battle with Boomer. I think there's maybe been some contact. But yeah, Nano Bacon has picked up a spot, currently up to 13th right now. And I think Juho just gets pulled along a little bit from Lickle because he has definitely got more pace. But yeah, Greeny at the moment without his front right end plate, so that won't help his pace. He's losing to his teammate, but like I said, maybe after the pit stop from the leading guys we will see a bit of team orders, Greeny holding up those guys maybe, and I'm pretty sure Greeny will add Lickle past as soon as he's closing up. As Dino pits.
Well, Dino then does pit, and he was on softs, I believe. But right now, we're on board with Pitmat and Cal Manson. I was looking at Mr. Tuesday Night and AMS. At the moment, their battle's not that close yet, but it looks like Mr. Tuesday Night is slowly closing, so we'll keep an eye on that battle as well. As I will give Mr. Tuesday Night and AMS a bit of screen time, a bit of battling, you know. As actually, Sutty's pitted and will be behind them, of course. after that pit stop, going on the medium tyres, and I've just only noticed Mr. Tuesday Night, Cowboy and El Truco are on hard tyres right now.
Oh yes, they are. So they are still on the 1-stop. I'm pretty sure that AMS is on a 2-stop, who just pitted onto medium. So Sutty, I think, he's also pitted onto medium compound. So I'm not sure if the medium tyre can actually make it to the end. I think it is possible, but it's going to be a bit more difficult than it would be when you go for your scheduled pit stop.
That is true, of course. Greeny and Lickle are closing up towards each other as well, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. They ain't really going to help Lickle that much because he needs to outscore Bugatti, and right now he's 9th. Not really going to outscore him. He's going to lose a lot of points. Cal Manson is defending. A little bit of lag there from him against Pitmat.
Look at Juho. Juho has actually, like you said, managed to stay within the DRS window of Lickle. And it's going to be difficult for Greeny to let his teammate past and not letting the Mercedes behind past also. So not the easiest of jobs right now. But I'm pretty sure that there's now going to be team orders. Yes, there is. Lickle gets past his teammate, and his teammate keeps the spot in front of Juho. So Lickle now has a lot of time to catch up. 10.8 seconds to CC Brain in front, and then yet again another around 8 seconds to the top 6 drivers. So there has to be something major happening in this race to give him a shot at the championship.
Well, that's one defensive line Cal Manson's done there. That was 2, it looked like, from my opinion there. He went left and then he went instantly right. So Cal Manson, be careful. So he's retired, so he's lost it through the... Actually,
safety car! We have a safety car!
This has really spiced it up, especially for Lickle's point of view. This is great news for Lickle. This could be great news for Bugatti.
The question is, what will he do? He's on the mediums. He can't pit onto mediums. All the soft runners can now pit onto mediums. Will Lickle... Oh, I think he just passed the pit lane before the safety car came out.
Well, just looking at that incident, it looks like it wasn't a trolley situation or Sutty situation for Sutty there. It looks like he must have lost it coming out of turn 5, tried to correct the steering or something, and it just instantly spun him round and went straight into the wall. That's unfortunate to see.
Greeny is pitted onto softs, but I'm really keen to know what Lickle's going to do now. Will he do a double pit stop under the safety car? He will lose a lot of spots, but he could go to the end then. I'm pretty sure Greeny still has to pit. I don't think the tyres... Nah, the softs can definitely not make more than 20 laps.
No, impossible.
Yeah, Lickle either has to go on hards now or do a double pit stop to then fit the mediums yet again, because he started on them and has to get on another compound to actually do a legal...
Pitmat tried to... Sorry to cut you off there. Pitmat tried a cheeky little overtake in the pits and gets a 5-second penalty there from the pits, trying to avoid Callum's car. It looked like a cheeky little move. Alpha's a double stacking. Big C's in the pits, going on the medium compound of tyres. He leaves. Will Bugatti be held up though? Yes, Bugatti's going to get held up a little bit. This is going to be crucial, especially when he... Oh, that's actually...
that's a lag. Yeah. He's still in front of Big C. He's gained a spot because Cherry got held up so much. He's dropped. Lickle has stayed out.
Oh, actually,
Lickle has stayed out.
Pitmat's got ahead. Pitmat's in the lead. Cal Manson second. Bugatti now is in third. Big C fourth. Mr. Gumpy in fifth. And Lickle, yeah, you're right, has stayed out then in sixth. So maybe he's still sticking to the one-stop strategy.
That is awful for Lickle. That is actually awful. He still has to make yet another pit stop. Mr. Grumpy's on hards, by the way. He has to make yet another pit stop. Or actually, his one and only pit stop. And he's still behind his championship rival Bugatti.
Yeah, and I think those mediums can go to the end, only just though, to be honest. I think they can do 25 laps, I think it's like 22 laps.
But Bugatti's gone up into third now, and as you said, Pitmat took the lead. And Cherry Tupai is down to 8th at the moment. So that double stack really didn't help.
What's that racing point car doing?
Needs another safety car. I can't see him. So.
What is El Truco doing?
Why? I can't see.
He's like got in Go AI mode or something and just gone way through the field.
Okay.
What is he doing?
That's interesting.
I think he has to give everybody their position back.
Lickle. Oh, Lickle did a cheeky pretend of diving into the pits. Is El Truco in? Where's El Truco?
El Truco for me is, well, he's last still, 19th, but he's like 4th. Well, in between the position between Bugatti and Big C. Sorry, no, Bugatti and Callum Anderson. He's in between that right now.
Okay, because for me he's in between Dino and AMS. So thanks game for not telling me where he actually is. But I don't know what Lickel's plan is. He's really gambling on a safety car, I think.
He's gambling on a safety car, possibly a VSC later on in the race. VSC could still help him, could go soft and be probably a second quicker than the mediums near the end. So it is still in Lickel's court, but it's basically 90% chance that Bugatti's going to win, to be honest. The championship right now, 10% for Lickel. I think Bugatti's done what he needs to do, really.
He still needs something to happen to Bugatti.
Yeah.
That he has an actual realistic chance of winning this, and Bugatti is all within his grasp at the moment. I mean, he has all the cards right in front of him on the table, and he can decide whatever he wants to do right now. It is impossible
coming in this lap, then,
for Lickel to win it when it stays like that.
That is true, and Pitmat is controlling the pace. Remember, you can't overtake until you pass the start and finish line.
I'm keeping an eye towards the back of the grid.
Okay then, as Pitmat is about to start, then I think he will bolt very soon. And yes, he's now started to bolt as the safety car is in the pits, and he's gone, and it's a great start there from Pitmat against Callum Anderson. Callum Anderson was caught off guard, and now Pitmat does take the lead currently. Now will Bugatti challenge Callum Anderson into turn 2.
Oh, Jerry Dupont tries to get back past Juho, and there's been contact, and both go off.
Ooh.
That looked a bit clumsy from Cherry, not gonna lie. And both have went off. That's very lucky for Lickel, actually, because they were right behind him, and they were very close to taking him out, actually. Oh, and there goes Ash Bass down the inside of Nano Bacon. Don't know if that was contact, but they're still going side by side. Ash Bass on the better compound of tyres. Nano Bacon has to back out now. Yes, he does. And Ash is back up to P11. And Lickel and Juho are actually the only drivers right now still yet to make a pit stop.
That is true, and people have said that Lickel's strategy, what he's doing, isn't the best to do. And I don't agree. I think he has ruined his strat right now. Could work near the end if there's a virtual safety car, something like that. But to be honest, I think right now as there's more yellow flags, that's a Haas. That is a Haas. I think that's Cowboy. I think that was Cowboy.
Lickel's made a mistake, I think. Lickel's made a mistake, and he's lost a place to CC Brain.
Maybe that's where his tyres are kicking in. He's done 16 laps on those mediums, remember, so he should have pitted.
Cherry pits for a new front wing.
Right now,
Greeny's gone past AMS, or they're still side by side, I should rather say. Oh, Greeny's trying to push him a bit towards the left. Don't crash like the Ferrari did, lads, please. We're keeping it clean so far. And there goes AMS back down the inside. It gets the place back from Greeny, who is on the softer compound. But there goes Greeny yet again. Will he actually go for a move around the outside into here? Yes, he does. And AMS leaves him the space at the moment. Greeny goes off the track a little bit. Oh, that's very tight on the inside for AMS. They're going side by side, and Greeny has got the spot. Can AMS fight back into that right-hander where Hamilton crashed into Albon in real life? No, he can't. And Greeny stays in 9th place now.
You are right there then. As AMS did try to pull off a good fight, as I just noticed that Ash was actually trying to get there. And look at Mr. Tuesday Night. Mr. Tuesday Night is actually slowly catching up with Ash in 12th right now. And Callum Anderson's only a couple of tenths off Pitmat right now. And DRS should be enabled, as I think that's El Truco who's gone off there with the yellow flags. As we'll go on board for the battle for the lead then. It will be Pitmat versus Callum Anderson.
Oh, Dino and Lickel side by side. Lickel defends really, really well though. And he keeps the spot for the moment. El Truco gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane.
El Truco's out. He's retired. As here comes Dino then on the inside of Lickel. Has Lickel got an issue on the car or something? Because he's literally losing so much pace. There's no way those tyres have fallen off the cliff yet. They should at least do 20 laps.
Rear wing is closed, so there's no DRS failure with the rear wing stuck open at least. Maybe his tires are overheated or something, because it looked like he had to go off, he had to lift off a bit earlier than usual.
That is true, of course, and this isn't what he needs. His championship is falling down the drain right now. Have a look. Bugatti is basically in his own little world. Doesn't have to worry about much in his yellows still, and that's because of El Trucker's car. I thought somebody crashed.
How disappointed you sounded because there was no. But Callum Anderson is actually still pretty close to Pit Matt. He stayed with him, and it's still pretty intense up front. There's still the yellow flag. How long will Truco's car go around? Now he pulls out. That took quite
if this caused a safety car
time.
now, okay, I was going to say.
But yeah, Callum is still within 5/10 of Pit Matt, so he still is in a shot, within a shot of a race win, as Greeny is being let past by Lickle, and there goes Ash Bass trying to get the best out of the situation. Sorry for that was not an intended joke. And Ash actually tries to go round the outside. Lickle tries to hold it. Fair play. Oh, he gets the switch back done. Still side by side, very clean racing goal, slight contact, and now AMS can maybe even pick up the spot from Lickle. Lickle is dropping down like a stone right now, pushes AMS out wide. Mr. Tuesday now it picks up the spot from AMS, and AMS has lost a place instead of gaining one.
Yeah, that was kind of cheeky there from Lickle. In theory, I don't think that's fair racing there. Pushes someone completely off the track. You want to fight, give him space, side by side. He was significantly alongside, but can be allowed, as we have seen it in real life, being allowed, especially in Austria with Leclerc and Verstappen. Right now, though, Mr. Tuesday Night wants a bit of Lickle this time to make him score 0 points, and he gets the job done, shuts the door, so Lickle couldn't do the switchback. And there is the position. Lickle's now dropped to 11th place. So I don't know what he's trying to do. Maybe try and save these tyres as long as he can. Wait for safety car, pit for softs, and just do something.
Yeah, I don't see a chance that without anything major happening right now, that Lickle's gonna get up the field. I mean, he's in 11th and still has to make his pit stop. So yeah, that's going to be really difficult. But Big C is within a shot of P3 at the moment. He wants to get that second podium in a row, and only his second appearance in this FP season, as he's only a reserve. But Bugatti's got the Honda engine in the back of his car and is not inside the DRS window. At least he wasn't when he was going into the corner. He might have only just got the DRS. Yes, he actually has. That might have saved him. So Callum lost a lot of time out of the last braking zone, and Pit Matt has broken that DRS window to Callum actually, and yeah, Callum really needs to get back in there, otherwise it's going to get really difficult to still get that race win.
You are right now, you are right about that, and I'm on board with AMS right now. Hasn't caught that much on Lickle. Lickle's being aided a little bit at Mr. Tuesday Night, as actually basically giving him a bit of free DRS. As Boomer is still trying to get past Nano Bacon right now. It's actually side by side through turn 4, possibly in turn 5. Hopefully there's no contact, and there was almost contact between these two. They're still side by side. You just see the wing of the Red Bull, and there you go. Tries to switch. Boomer tries to switch back there. Doesn't work. Nano closes the door late corner. Through that corner there, and it almost ended in tears, as the Red Bull is in a Haas sandwich at the moment. But AMS
Callum has lost a lot of momentum, it looks like. He's losing more and more time to Bugatti, who's now within 5/10. He didn't lose that much to Pit Matt, to be fair, but Bugatti is catching up massively and is now within 4/10 of a second. Callum doesn't have any DRS. They're running with the same engine. And will Bugatti go for a move down the inside? Yes, he does. The championship leader puts himself into second place. Good move from him. And now he can try to maybe even end the season and finish it off with a race win.
Big C then. Big C wants Callum Anderson now, and possibly out Bugatti as well, as Lickle actually did lose a position to AMS, and Callum Anderson tries it around the outside, can't make it work, has to stay behind. And right now Big C is doing quite well, especially for a third place, as he hasn't raced in a while since last week was his race back.
And Ash has just gone past Greeny, who is on 9-lap-old soft, so it seems like the softs are slightly going off already. Definitely has to make yet another pit stop. But yeah, Callum has dropped 2 positions within 4 corners now, that is not good, and it seems like he's lost a lot of flow and a lot of momentum that could prove crucial for his chances of a race win. Bugatti though is within 1.5 seconds of pit mat, and he is looking really quick. He wants that race win, I'll tell you. He wants to finish the season off and the championship off in style.
Yeah, that is true, of course, but he has to remember that Big C still in DRS range. He gets DRS. Bugatti doesn't get DRS, so Big C could also be a challenge and a threat behind him with Callum Anderson and Mr. Gumpy and CC Brain, who's actually caught up a little bit when the safety car was in play.
Nickel in the pits.
So look, finally makes his scheduled pit stop, doing 22 laps on mediums then, so it's roughly giving us a banker how much those mediums can do. So Bugatti is basically on the limit, basically, for what...
still out, actually, on his first set of mediums.
Jeez, he is actually. He's in 15th for 20 laps. So Little pits in for soft, so he's going to the end, I believe.
Yeah, but he needs a safety car. Otherwise he won't even get points in this race.
Yeah, that is true, of course. And now Big C then is trying to catch up with Bugatti. There's battles all over the place.
It's really close. It's really close up front. That's exactly what we saw in quali actually, and it's really good to see. But we don't have the Red Bull of Callum Anderson leading the way as it was in quali, where he just put in that fastest lap just right at the death and got that pole position by 0.2 of a second. And does he maybe have a DRS failure? I'm not sure. No, I don't think he has.
Greeny's going side by side with Ash and gets the move already done before turn 1, and Ash now loses position back to 9th then. However, Greeny hasn't been that easy on his ERS management. He's basically only got 23%, as Ash has basically got half of his ERS left still to play with. And Ash is going to have another go on Greeny. That's because he's actually in second then, and still getting challenged with Big C by a couple of tenths off right now. And he hasn't really gained that much time there fixed to pit mat right now. It's basically stabilised. Ash is possibly thinking of a right-hander move in turn 9. Not turn 9. Sir 7, I believe that is. Trying for the fast right-hander, but couldn't make it work. I've made it work against Sondre and a few other guys, but it is very tricky as the rear end kicking off. He's really getting up close and personal with Greeny. It's turn 6, 7, yeah. So he tried it through turn 6 and 7, unfortunately couldn't make it work.
Well, they swapped positions again. What happened?
Greeny passed him through the home straight before last lap. So he already got past before turn 1.
No, it showed up on my timing screens actually. Maybe there was just a bit of lag on the timing screen. But here comes Ash for another round. Bit of lag going on my screen. I don't know if that's with the lobby or with them or with me. But they're still going side by side. He makes the switch back.
Great move there from Ash.
It's
Greeny who's lagging.
Ash.
Either Greeny or it's Ash. It's not.
I think it's Ash from the onboard. It shows that Ash has only got one bar at the moment and slightly outbrakes himself. That compromises his run up to the double right-hander, but he keeps the spot in front of Greeny, who is on 12 lap on softs now, and his softs definitely start to die right now as Callum Anderson has caught up to Big C yet again, and he's now within 4/10 of Big C. Might go for a move, but remember that Honda engine is just so slow on that straight.
Well, it's true, of course. Honda engine, I would say it's equal to the Renault, to be honest, but the Renault is going to get a bit more DRS, and actually Big C may challenge Bugatti in the next straight, possibly, as Dino is into the pits then for his scheduled pit stop. He's only done 14 laps on medium, so he's definitely doing the 2-stop, and he's possibly going on softs for another lap.
But I think he still will come out. Yes, he definitely might be close, but I think he will still come out in front of Lickel actually. Such a disappointing race for him.
From as well. Yeah, he does get ahead out of From, so From Lickel gonna have to catch him up.
We still got 11 laps to go, and anything could still happen, but it looks very unlikely for Lickel to pull out a miracle here and to get that championship win. But Bugatti's closing up to pit mat, who is in the lead. There's still a gap of 1.2 seconds, but that's going down each lap after lap, and we might see him getting inside the DRS window, which would be very, very crucial. But remember, Big C is still right behind the Toro Rosso driver, and Big C wants that second place right now.
That is true, of course.
Mr. Grumpy with the fastest lap on the hards. Impressive. Wow. 30 lap on hards, and he just pulls out the fastest lap basically out of nowhere, and is now 1.1 behind Callum Anderson. Very good job.
That is true, of course. Right now then, Big C looked like he was giving Bugatti a little bit more pressure than he was earlier, as Big C's now within 2/10 now. But look how much Callum Anderson caught in the braking zone at turn 6 and 7, and it almost loses the rear end as well, to be honest. And Greeny still hasn't left Ash alone, doing 14 laps on those soft tyres right now. As you did say, the fast lap was on hard from Mr. Grumpy. 11.4, that's a good lap, especially on hard tyres. So it just proves the guys in the mediums have been held up with this dirty air train, and Mr. Grumpy's got a bit of clean air. That DRS is a lot faster right now.
Yeah, definitely, and we've got so many close battles actually on track. I mean, we've got Ash in a four-car train with Greeny, Mr. Tuesday Night, and AMS for P7, and also Cowboy is really close to Boomer, so is Lickle to Fro. So and obviously the top 4, and then 1.7 second gap, and then CC Brain just within half a second. So it's great to race in Brazil, and it's great to see such close racing. And Dino picks up the fastest lap on softs.
As Lickle is challenging From as they're going side by side through turn 1 then, and Lickle goes on the outside, From on the inside, going to give each other space. And yep, they do cleanly. From may get another go on him though. He has got DRS, and look how much traction. From's got more confidence than Lickle. From has gone on the outside. Oh, a bit of contact late. Turning there from Lickle. It looked like Lickle there turned in a little bit there in From. There's possibly a connection issue though related to that, as he's literally trying to ride that rear end. Lickle's on the outside trying to make it work. And turn 6 and 7 can't make it work. Possibly switch back. No. Oh, yes, he does. Late lunge. That was a very late lunge right now, as we will possibly go on board with Mr. Tuesday Night right now, who's currently battling Greeny for 8th.
While you were commentating on that battle, I can confirm that Bugatti has broken into that 1 second window of the pit map, and has now made it a 4-way fight for this race win in the last 7, or I should rather say 8 laps. Of this race, as AMS picks up a pen. I didn't see any penalties popping up for the top 4 guys.
Well, here comes Mr. Tuesday Night. Sorry to cut you off there, Felix. And he gets the move done on Greeny. Greeny tries to switch, and those tyres are just dead now. And some interesting information on Bugatti: he is a 2-time constructors champion, but not a he hasn't been a drivers champion yet. As From gives it up, then so From has called it a day in the McLaren team. And Bugatti then is slowly closing up on pit mat, as we will stay on board with this battle now. And this is for the win, and this will be for championship glory there for Bugatti.
Yeah, he wants to win it in style, doesn't he?
Oh, and there's another McLaren off. AMS is off. Close. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go on board in case Bugatti makes a move, but AMS went off there.
Bugatti's really, really close. If he gets a really good exit out of here, it might work, but no, he's too far away, considering he's got that Honda engine in the back of his car, and that won't help. There's From, he's close to those, so that should be fine. Doesn't hold up anybody. That's fine then. And yeah, that's still From, and we definitely have a 4-way fight for this win now, as we've got all the drivers within a maximum of 5/10 of the car in front at the moment, and I really hope we will see actually some battling and not only being close behind each other, because right now that DRS train is not making overtaking pretty easy for those guys. It's making it really difficult. But Pit Mat is basically without any defense. His only defense is his Ferrari engine, which is certainly helping, but still the DRS and the slipstream, even a Honda can overtake with that probably. And now it's high ERS mode for Bugatti. That's not enough though.
No, I don't think
isn't
he's going to
catching up
make a
enough.
move into turn 1. I think he's being very smart, just trying to catch up a little bit, save his ERS for turn 1, 2 and 3, get a great exit, and then just get a good run at him. As you can see there, he runs a bit wide.
That's a solid exit right now.
And that is a brilliant exit for him, as, yeah, Pitmat is defending, but he goes back to 0.
Yeah, Bugatti's playing the smart game here, just waiting for the final few laps to then make one successful move. But it's a gamble as well. We saw with Ash, who then had a DRS failure in Germany, where he was just waiting to make a move on the leader. He was saving so much ERS, had 90% of ERS, then suddenly he had a DRS failure. His rear wing was stuck open, and he couldn't get past it.
That is true, of course. As right now then, Bugatti. Oh, Bugatti makes a mistake! The championship points leader makes a mistake. No contact into the wall, so he got too close to that dirty air. Is he going to lose a position to Mr. Grumpy? Mr. Grumpy's gone on the inside.
Oh, he goes down the inside. That's aggressive. Leaves in the space though.
Now Bugatti's cracking under the pressure for his first driver championship.
But he basically got it secured because Little's not even in the points. But when he crashes and there comes a safety car, he could be the man to hand Little the championship actually. But right now it's still looking pretty safe for him after his mistake. But I'm pretty sure the win is now basically out of the window for him. And
you can see Big C actually getting a win.
Lose P4 as well, as Mr. Grumpy tries to get him back, and he does so. Bugatti's got a lot of ERS left, though he saves it. Oh, he actually slightly touches the rear of the Ferrari. Doesn't lose front wing, luckily though.
That is true, because Big C though right now is in second, could possibly win a race. I don't know when it was last time he did win a race in PSGL. It has been a while. I believe he is a 7-time champion, of course. As Gavin Alamander says, hands are sweaty for Bugatti with that little mistake he did. Possibly the pressure is getting to him for the championship. Right now though, we will go on board with Big C right now. He's currently under pressure by Callum Anderson, but is challenging Pitmat for the lead. And could possibly see Big C winning right now, with Callum Anderson possibly second.
Brain is really close to Bugatti actually, but Bugatti's also close to Mr. Grumpy. Don't know if he's saving ERS or not, but CC Brain is catching massively on Bugatti, who is catching massively to Mr. Grumpy. Are they going to go 3 wide? That's an aggressive move from CC Brain. Can he make it sick? That. No, he touches Bugatti. He touches his rear tyre and slightly spins round, manages to keep the car at the wall. Very nicely held from him actually. But contact made yet again for the championship leader. Hopefully nothing goes wrong now. But like I said, it's basically impossible for Liquid to win now. He's even outside the points. He needs to at least.
Well, yeah, he's past the safety car as well. The safety car needs, I think, lap 34. The safety car can't come out, so the safety car needs at least 2 laps. So Little's unfortunate, not going to be champion today, and I think it is basically a confirmation right now by lap 34. Whatever happens to Bugatti, he is driver champion. If he retires, unless somehow Little gains a lot of positions.
Maybe still have a 10-car pile-up. I doubt it, but who knows? It's this game.
Callum Anderson's really getting closer and closer to Big C through the final corner of that straight line.
Big C is as well really close to Pitmat. He's up to overtake ERS mod. He's got the slipstream. He's got the DRS. He's not going for a move just yet. He goes down into non-ERS mode. And
so now there's Pitmat. Pitmat's only got like 16%, but Big C's looking for victory. He is a champion. I think a 7-time champion, in fact, and he wants to win in the final round in the FP tier. Who's it going to be? Will it be Callum Anderson? Will it be Pitmat?
He goes out the inside. That's a late move, but he has seen a chance. Pitmat leaves the space, but gets a better exit. He saw a gap. Big C went for it, but backed out. I think he's thought about, let's not throw a podium away. Yes, he does want that win, but I think second place is better than retiring. Nichols in the pits.
Nichols probably going to try and steal fastest lap then from people, from Mr. Grumpy down on the hards. But right now though, as we get a nice
Greeny's on 21 lap old soft.
Wow.
How's that possible? He's still.
Well, Tom did say soft said could take 16 laps, so people could possibly do the soft and medium strategy then in the end.
Yeah, but 21 laps, and he's staying with Mr. Tuesday night actually. But I did notice Big C doesn't have that much ERS, so it's going to be difficult.
Oh yeah.
It's the penultimate
well,
lap
actually,
of this race.
Pitmat. Sorry to cut you off, Felix. Pitmat actually has a 5-second penalty. Remember, from speeding in the pits.
Does he?
Yeah, remember he's been in the pits. So Big C's basically confirmed win today. So Big C doesn't really have to challenge. I've totally forgot about that. So Aaron reminded me
we
in the
did
chat.
see what happened to Bugatti though, so let's not jinx anything right here.
Yeah.
Let's just wait what happens. And but right now it looks really good for Big C.
It looks like the win is definitely, well, confirmed definitely. Unless Big C gets a penalty now, then it goes to Callum Anderson. Tracy Pye also pits then as one lap, the penultimate lap. Going to be on the final lap very shortly. But right now, Lico wants to try and steal the fast lap. The fast lap beat is a 1:10 flat from Dino actually on softs. 1:10.4 is that 1:10 flat? 1:10.4 there. It didn't show me the best.
Let's see if Big C actually goes for a move, or if Callum Anderson goes for a move. Big C slightly loses the rear end of the last corner, so he's very much on the limit. It looks like he is in overtake ERS mode. Will he go down? No, this time he stays in the slipstream. He goes for a move. Last lap of this race, round the outside into turn 1. They go side by side. Please, guys, leave each other enough room. Yes, they do. Very clean racing. Pitmat on the outside, which now turns into the inside. Pitmat picks up a 3-second time penalty. Big C is still side by side. Can the Red Bull of Callum Anderson make it 3 wide? Yes, he can. He goes down the inside, but backs out. Big C though has got a great run out of turn 4. It looks like. Can he go for another move? No, he stays in on ERS mode. Maybe we'll see something similar to what happened between Hamilton and Gasly on the run up to the final straight. But right now it looks like Pitmat has lost that win, not only because of his 5-second time penalty, but he will also drop down massively due to that 3-second one he just got.
That is true, of course. We've only got a couple more corners for the season finale then of this race to confirm the champion. But right now Pitman is in the lead, but will possibly lose this, well, definitely lose this to penalties, as he's got 7 seconds worth of penalties. Or did that say 3 seconds? If it was a 3 seconds, 8 second worth of penalties. But here comes Pitman then to the line. He's going to win it on track, but I believe by penalties. Big C then takes the win. Callum Anderson takes second. What about Mr. Grumpy? Mr. Grumpy takes fourth. Bugatti finishes third. So Bugatti does take third by penalties.
He gets the podium.
CC Brain takes
crashed.
fourth. Nicholas crashed.
Oh, and look at Boomer. He's going side by side. Now the Ferrari comes. Basically bump drafts the Williams. They're going 3 wide over the line. And it's Greeny that gets it. And that was pretty close towards the end. 24 lap boat softs. That is pretty impressive from Greeny. And he still takes 2 points with him. So impressive stuff. But yeah, we all know who's the man. It's Bugatti.
Yep, Bugatti
finishes
is definitely
off
the man.
In style.
Third place, and with
Lico has been doing donuts. I think that's why he went off. Sorry, Lico, we didn't see it. But congratulations on P2 in the championship. You tried your best. But I don't think there was much you could have done today. Maybe you gambled a bit too much on the strategy, but he had to take a risk and he did it. And yeah, sometimes you just have to go for something crazy, have to hope for some luck. He didn't have that today, but I think we've seen a pretty thrilling race.
Yeah, we've seen a great race. You know, it's been actually. So I thought Lico maybe do more donuts again, and yes, he is. So we'll watch Lico do some donuts. But Bugatti then is confirmed World Drivers' Champion then in standings, as unfortunately Lico didn't score any points towards that championship goal. All he needed to score was 7 or 8 points, and unfortunately 0 he got today. But Bugatti is the man. Big C takes the win, of course. Callum Anderson takes second. So it'll be a good top 3 there today. But I have to agree with you there, Felix. The strategy for the Williams of Lico was just unfortunate. And I was right.
Yeah,
the safety car could have.
He still shows respect to Bugatti. He seems to be still happy with his whole season. I mean,
safety
finishing
car.
P2.
The safety car sound.
What a great game we have. Oh, the race is done and the safety car comes out for good measure.
That's right, Lico, you got
so that could spice things up. Maybe Lico still takes the championship now.
Possibly it is.
Great game.
And AMS go past Lico. Lico then is coming to the line. He's out of fuel. Unfortunately going to be the run-up for this season of FP, but Bugatti is the Drivers' Champion then. And I believe the Constructors, it does actually go to... Let's have a look. Yeah, goes to Lickle and Greeny anyway. They already won it. So
I think that's the first time on an F1 game a race is finished under the safety car. So
yeah,
seen a first time thing now.
Yeah, there it is then. The top man on the podium is Big C, of course. It's good to see him back in winning ways, because we see this maybe a season in FP where he could win another championship to his name. Cal Manson then takes second. The Bugatti finishes
Did you see the Toro Rosso? It had no wheels.
Oh yeah, I saw that at the end with Greeny.
Yeah, this game is absolutely not broken. What a great way to end the season. Safety car, the car without wheels in the Parc Fermé, and a world champion on the podium.
That is true then. We'll go down at the official results. Big C then takes the win from starting in fourth, so a good result from him. Cal Manson takes second, unfortunately missing out on the win, but he is happy to fight a 7-time champ, as he said in the chat. Bugatti takes third, CC Brain in fourth, Pitmat unfortunately with penalties drops from first to fifth, Ash in sixth, Mr. Grumpy in 7th, Cowboy in 8th, Mr. Greeny somehow managed to do 24 laps on softs in 9th, so he will be happy with that. Mr. Tuesday Night in 10th, thank you Felix for suggesting him. Dino in 11th, I believe did take the fast lap in the end. Boomer in 12th, Nana Bacon 13th, Juho 14th, Chotu Pike 15th, AMS 16th, Lickle in 17th, and from El Truco and Sutty all DNF in today's race. Your driver's champion is Bugatti, team champion is Greeny and Lickle. So Lickle and Greeny did win a championship in the end.
I'm still going to invite Lickle because...
Oh, really?
Deserved it with his driving, with his consistency.
Yeah.
And in the end with the most points.
Well then. Oh god, I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. But what a result it has been today. I've enjoyed doing comms all season round with FP with a bit of a volley and then with you for the rest of the season, Felix. You know, it's been awesome. Don't know what's happening next season, of course. And here's Big C.
You invited me to do comms with you, and yeah, I did enjoy all the races we've had. Don't think we had a really boring race.
Well then, we'll better get on with the interviews, as Bugatti and Big C have made it for the interviews then. Well, Big C, it's been a while. You've, you know, took a victory in the FP in the Renault. You got a podium last week, unfortunately, me and Felix weren't there. But how does it feel to be in winning race again? Could you be an 8th-time champion next season, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, if I do FP, maybe, or like F2, F3, I'll have a better chance. But no, I mean, there was just a reserve spot for both weeks, and obviously, you know, I retired officially, but I don't mind making an old wildcard appearance, especially, you know, doing Formula experience soon. So it's good to shake off the rust in that regard. But no, I was content with the pace. Obviously, you know, I'm in a maybe a slightly faster car than some of the F1 and F2 drivers, but no, I drove well, quite consistent. Maybe I could have overtaken Bugatti when he was trying to catch Pitmat, but that would have been like counterproductive for both of us. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, he had his little spin, but yeah, I kept it consistent. Had a good battle with Callum and Pitmat at the end, so yeah, all in all, very happy. The win obviously is nice, but it was good fun, good race, and fairly consistent. But you know, who cares about the win? You know, Alfie's had a great season. Obviously he's had identical car allocations to F1 level drivers, so you know, to him to take the title quite comfortably deserves a lot of praise. So yeah, big congrats to Bugatti on a great season.
There's a lot of sportsmanship there, and yeah, you are right, Bugatti does deserve the championship. He's done very well all season round, and it's unfortunate that Lickle was the runner-up, of course, but he did a good job as well. But it's good to see you on winning ways. You said you maybe next season possibly could win a championship again in FP or F4, F3. But other than that, I haven't really got any other questions to ask, except unless Felix has got you a quick question to ask you.
Yeah, I just want to talk a bit about this race. It seemed to be a really difficult race. I mean, there was basically a DRS train for the first 6 positions for the first stint, then for the first 4 positions for the second one after the safety car came in, and it seemed to be really, really difficult to overtake. But what was your thinking on the last few laps? You know that you basically had it in the bag because of the penalties from Pitmat in the end?
yeah, I know when Alfie did have penalty either, so I was battling Alfie for the win, but I didn't want to overtake Alfie towards the end because obviously we would have lost time battling perhaps a pit map. But yeah, I think at the end I just wanted to try and overtake him. So obviously if you win a race, you want to cross the line first. So yeah, I wanted to do that. But yeah, pit map defended well, but he did corner cut to defend, so that's why he managed to stay ahead. And thankfully Callum backed out because I think if Callum launched it down the inside, it could have ended in tears. So yeah, credit to Callum as well. But yeah, that's it really.
Yeah, you definitely put on a show there, and yeah, you were in the fight with the championship leader, obviously, for quite a long time until he made a small mistake. Did you think about his championship? Were you maybe a bit more careful than you would have been usually?
Yeah, I think it's because especially because it was Alfie and I know him quite well and he's battling for the title, but like I say, in this game it's sort of better to sit in DRS and just sit behind, which is a shame, in older games perhaps the right thing would have been to, I think in the early medium maps was a bit faster, but it was just better to sit behind and try and let Alfie catch up, so hopefully on the next game you'll be rewarded for overtaking, because on this game, if you battle and lose time, you just lose the DRS, don't you, so it's just better to sit behind, so I think regardless, I think sitting behind is what I would have done regardless of who it was, so I could get closer to Matt.
Yeah, sadly I have to agree concerning the game's issues, but yeah, that was basically all the questions I had for you. So congratulations on P1 today.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for that little interview there, Big C. As the next person we do have is Bugatti then, our drivers champion. Well,
wouldn't that be Callum?
Actually, is it Callum? Is Callum in? Oh, my bad. Actually, yeah, we'll start with Callum, my bad. Callum, welcome.
Make sure you have your voice shared, please.
Well, congratulations yet again on the podium there. You've had 2 wins, I believe, before, and now you had 2nd place. Are you happy with the result? Could you have got first today?
In the first stint, I looked pretty quick, and I was going to go for the winning, and I don't know what it was, just the mediums I just dropped off, and just let Connor and Bugatti just push to get hit mine first, and I just followed him with DRS. So I'm kind of happy with P2. So.
Well, yeah, you were behind Big C a bit there with the DRS train now, and unfortunately you couldn't get past. But you were quick at the start of the session. You did qualify first with a good lap with I think it was an 8.6, something like that. So you were 2/10 quicker in quali. So you did have the pace there, but unfortunately the mediums then let you down. Could possibly next season or next FP, if you're in FP maybe next time, do you think you could possibly challenge the front runners possibly for a championship or for some more wins later on, or do you think that's out of the question?
Slower cars, so I don't think I'll be up there with him. I'll try, but I just think the allocation will change a bit.
Well, anything can happen, of course, and well, it's the 3rd time I think I've interviewed you this season. It's 3 podiums on the trot. Which is very good to see. You've improved a lot all season. But other than that, I ain't got any other questions really, because it's the last race. I would say the next round, but it is the final round. But Felix, have you got any questions there for Callum Anderson?
No, not really. I think you covered everything.
Right. Well then, if you want to then take the champion then, Bugatti, thank you for Callum Anderson for the interview. Congratulations on your podium. But do you want to take the champion for an interview?
Of course, it is an honour. So, coming up to the Drivers' FP Championship, Bugatti, congratulations first of all, not only on your podium, but also on your championship win. It didn't look like you had an easy job being in the fight basically all race long, but obviously you still had pretty comfortable position knowing that you were in front of Lico. But with what attitude did you enter this race? Were you just going for consistent points, trying to be ahead of Lico, or were you actually going for the win?
Well, obviously I'm not used to being in championship battles, so it's a bit new to me. But I've come into this race to just beat Edward, or just beat him by the points I needed to win. But fighting at the front is always a nice little bonus. And then when Edward had his spin or whatever happened early on in the race, so I kind of let the reins go a little bit and could throw my car about, and yeah, I just pushed as hard as I can then. And after the pits, we really have to push. I've probably never pushed so hard in my life and been so consistent to catch Matt after the safety car and the pit stops. So it was really, really fun, and obviously to win the championship is a nice added bonus.
Yeah, I mean, you could call it a nice bonus. You could call it a privilege. I'd say it's well deserved. It was a long and hard fought fight between you and Lico in the end, but you managed to enter this race with a 6-point lead and to come out with an even bigger lead. I think in the end it was 16 points then. And yeah, any favourite moment of the season? I think you've had a few good moments, I'd say, to say the least. I mean, 2 second places, 2 third places, and 2 wins. I mean, that's some great stats right here. Any favourite race? Any favourite moments you had in this season?
Well, probably getting a podium in a Williams, because on this game the Williams is completely, like, by far the worst class. Getting a podium in the Williams, and both the wins were good. I can't remember where the second one was, but I know the first one was in Bahrain. But really, a big shout out's got to go to my manager, Big C, and my personal trainer, Susan. So really, it's down to them. They're the whole season's been a great season. The only one DNF and only one bad race. Because the only race I finished outside the top 5, I think, was Silverstone. So the whole season as general, it's not about the one-off result. It's about the whole package.
Yeah, I mean, consistency definitely was the key, but also raw pace in the end. You already said that Williams was not fun to drive with, which I can definitely imagine. But I'd say you've done a great job in the whole course of the season, and you finished it off in style with a podium. And at this point, I just want to say congratulations for your championship win. And Jared, do you have anything to add?
Not really. You've basically took everything while I was going to say a few questions on, but I've got to say congratulations on your championship. Well deserved. You've done a great battle all the way through the season. It's been awesome to commentate with all the battles going on, and well done on your Drivers' Champion, and I believe it's your first Drivers' Champion. You've won 2 Constructors, so congratulations.
Very big thank you.
Well then, if you ain't got anything else to add then, Felix, we will go on board with the runner-up Lickle. So thanks for the interview there, Big Addy. We'll go on board with Lickle right now then. Well then, Lickle, good, well, not good result, but good fight, I can say. At the start, you were fighting way through the field. Didn't get the best qualifying, but when there was a few incidents into the first couple of corners, you stayed out of it, tried to keep your head down to try and win the championship. But unfortunately, it didn't go your way today, and Big Addy did win. But if any of the few incidents what happened, did you think you could have possibly won the championship against Big Addy today?
Nope, Williams was terrible. Alfie was the better driver. I done all I could really to try push the Williams to the limit. Unfortunately, you come up against Spastics who defend like arseholes against you. But yeah, I don't think I could have beaten Alfie. He was on a different level, and yeah, I tried doing all I could.
Yeah, you're right. The Williams is not the best car. It's got the worst downforce package and everything like that. So
speed as well.
Yeah,
it was the worst. One of the worst feelings racing though. Halfway through, thought, yeah, I tried an audacious strategy by hoping there'd be another safety car. Fortunately, that didn't work. And yeah, just went downhill from there.
Yeah, that is a shame. Unfortunately, there wasn't another safety car until actually, well, when everybody finished, when you were doing donuts. But unfortunately, they didn't come out early enough. But you've done a good fight as well against Big Guy all season round, with a few others as well. And it was only a few points where you were gonna challenge, like 6 or 7 points. It was the gap. Unfortunately, it didn't work today. But there's always next time. You could also have another fight on the next game or whenever the next round is of the championship against you and Bugatti. You've been great fighters all season round, so to be honest, both you deserve the championship, and other than that, good results. But Fix, have you got anything to add to Lickle, or?
Yeah, I'd ask you the same question. I mean, out of your great races you've had this season, I mean, 3 second places, 1 race win in Germany. What was your favourite moment or favourite race of the whole season?
I'd say Canada in the Williams, to be honest. Started like P7, I think it was, P6, and ended up getting P2. The car had no straight line speed. It's just awful through the fast corners, and finished like 9/10 off the win, which was my highlight of the season. Britain was fun as well, although I did spin out turn 1 for an incident that I was a bit too audacious with, coming back through the pack and fighting, doing a lot of overtakes. That was up there as well, so I'd say Canada and Britain are 2 favourite races.
Okay, that's a fair choice. So congratulations on P2, sadly. It wasn't enough in the end, but you tried your best and you had to risk it in the end. So yeah, still a great job to be in the championship fight until the last race. And yeah, congratulations on P2 in the end, and maybe in the future there is another chance to get payback.
Yeah, I'll try to get the title won back in season 22 back for next season, but we'll see. Of course, new game, new assists going off, so I'll do what I can, but doubt it for a bit anyway.
Well then, thank you, Lico, and everybody who's joined us for an interview today.
Can I just
well done on
quickly
your
say
results.
something?
Yeah, see.
Yeah, well, obviously, great season of FP. Thanks for Greeny for being a great ad, and also Felix and Jared for their great commentary. I think since Felix came in, I think it's been probably my favourite commentary duo, the best commentary duo for this season in PSGL. So yeah, thanks for commentating and committing your time to PSGL. So yeah, that's that. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well then, we will do then the closing down procedure, but before I do that, Felix, what was your best moment of today in the final race?
Oh, I think we've had a great race today. I mean, a lot of things going on, and especially that that 6-way fight for like the first 10 or 50 laps of this race for the actual race win. And probably my favourite moment was the last lap when Big C actually went for a move around the outside into turn 1, and they were racing for the race victory. Of course, in terms of pens, it was pretty clear who would win it, but it was very exciting on that last lap. And I think yeah, we were in for a treat today, and yeah, it was great fun. And just to recap the season a little bit, thank you very much again for inviting me for this commentary. It's been great fun doing comms with you. Always had our moments, and thanks to the safety car for that great season finisher coming out after the race is finished. Summarizes that game pretty nicely, I'd say. And yeah, it was great fun, and hopefully we will be here next year or next game again.
That could be a possibility, of course, but yeah, it's been a great season. My best bit is also the same as yours. It was a good move and attempt, and it was almost 3 wide with Callinson and Big C and Pit Matt, so good race all along. It's been an honour doing comms with you, of course, and with Ollie as well. I've enjoyed the FP season, and that's it really. I've enjoyed everything. So, well then, we're going to close it down then, and this has been PSGL Season 25 FP Round 10 Brazil. Your drivers champion is Bugatti, your constructors champions are Lico and Greeny. I've been your commentator, Iral Neon, or Jared Fosbury. Been joined by Felix as my co-commentator, was F3. And if you want to possibly see more content of PSGL, there's a few more rounds to go on Thursday with Sondre, and F2 and F1 on Monday, I believe it is, and F3 and F4 and F5 on Sunday. So see you guys next time. Goodbye.